Hi. You've probably noticed I've been a bit preoccupied over the last 2 weeks. There have been so many maintenance things to do with Loopy and Audiobus, I've just not had any time to work on it. This Loopy update has taken so long. It's funny. It's actually just a maintenance release, just making sure everything works well. There's a few new features, but mostly it's just maintenance. But it's taken a very long time. So anyway, I've decided that I'm going to start doing a day of maintenance stuff and a day of working on Masterpiece, or 2 days and 2 days, or a week and a week, basically interleaving the time so that I don't have to keep on putting it off because I really want to get going on this project. So that's what I've been doing this week. And I've started building a prototype. See, I had planned to take the design stuff, just building mock-ups of the screens. I wanted to take that as far as I could to be able to make sure I didn't have to do any backtracking. But I think I'm at that point now. I can't keep all of it in my head anymore. And I'm at that point with design, well, actually, any point with design for me is like this, where I alternate between blind rage and depression, with occasional moments of joy when I have a win. Design really isn't my thing, and I kind of fluke it as I go, but I'm pretty much swearing the whole time. So I've had enough of that, and I want to actually build something. So prototyping usually involves making something really, really basic, like not even an app, just like a keynote presentation with still images is quite popular. And that would work for a really basic app, but Masterpiece is anything but basic. I don't think that we could actually get any useful information by playing with a keynote presentation. So I'm actually building an app here. It's probably going to be the app in its final, like this is probably, I'm probably not going to throw away this stuff. I'm kind of doing it properly, but I'm still trying to keep it simple. And my plan is to spend the next couple of weeks building this prototype, and then I want to put it in your hands and see what you think. Apple's test flight testing system lets us give a copy of the app out to up to 1,000 testers. So I plan to use that with you guys. And yeah, I want to find out what works, what doesn't, what is missing, that sort of thing. So yeah, this is what I've got so far. So it's really, there's no kind of working parts yet. It's all just visuals. So the idea is to get a feel for the navigation of the app and how it's structured. So right now we've got this little toolbar thing which you can kind of pull down with your finger like you can with Loopies. You've seen all these screenshots already, the mock-ups, but this is the real thing. You can also tap this little thing to kind of push it in and out. It's got a nice little spring on it, which I like. Then I've got a couple of dialogues here that I've built. So we've got the tempo controls, and you get a little modal thing, and around the outside you can see the background through, and you can tap anywhere around the border to get rid of it. So you'll also notice that the toolbar is much bigger than a standard iOS toolbar. This is kind of designed to be an app you can kind of poke at without having to be too precise. Because obviously you're performing and you don't really want to think about where exactly you need to touch. So all the buttons are big, all the toolbars are big. Everything is ideally very easy to control without much precision needed. So the tempo stuff here, you can obviously big tap to tempo button, and that's usually going to be the main thing you interact with, if not this slider along the bottom, and you can just kind of grab and drag in either direction to move the tempo up or down, and then a toggle metronome, toggle through different time signatures, and then a few other controls here and there. And then there's the record dialog. So when you want to start recording your session, you tap this, you get this dialog up. Big button to begin. You can name your take, so you tap there and get a little thing coming up. And then switches. So these are all custom controls which are bigger than the iOS standard. And yeah, you just sort of tap to change the thing. Nice little animation there. I had so much fun building these. And then a slider here, which I think I'm going to make expand out horizontally when you interact with it so that you have more range to actually play with. So yeah, that's all I've got so far. Over the next few days, I'm going to be implementing the transition between a track, you hold your finger on a track, to the track screen where you've got the tracks along the top and then settings along the bottom. So I'll be doing that. It's going to take a few weeks, but I'm hoping by then to have something I'll actually be able to put in your hands and see if this is actually going to work. So yeah, this has been so much fun. It's sort of the antithesis of the design stage. I love programming so much, and I feel like for the first time in probably quite a bit longer than a year, I'm at that point where I'm sort of obsessive about it. I just can't stop thinking about it. I don't want to go to bed. I just want to keep on programming. So it's nice to be at that stage again because it's been a long time. Anyway, yeah, that's all from me. So I'll speak to you in a week, hopefully with some progress this time. See ya. One more thing. If you're not done so already and you find this interesting or want to help test the prototype, be sure to subscribe. You can do it via email or YouTube.